How's it going? There's an echo. There's an audible echo in here right now. I didn't notice. There's an actual echo in the shot. Huh. That's gonna be cool. How you doing, Steve? Todd Lajeunesse is here. Welcome to the echoey cavern that is my shop right now. Oh. You guys like my my super YouTube-y clickbaity title? It's good, eh? I'm learning how to be a YouTuber. Except I don't think I was like enough in the thumbnail. I was more like, but I should have gone like, you get robbed. No, that's the joke. I'm doing the shop reno, so I had to take all the stuff out of my shop to start the shop reno. And so my shop is like almost empty. It's getting close to empty. So it's that echo, right, Sean? Can you guys hear it as badly as I can? It's cavernous in here. It feels really crappy too. Like it feels like a garage. I don't like it, but it is what it is. That's the first step that had to happen. So that's what my house sounded like after you took everything. It's what every room sounds like when you take everything out of it. That paint. Oh, I know. See, that's the point. Is the let's go for a little. Let's do shop tour. The shop tour. Here's my plain wall. Here's that used to be pegboard. There's the shop stool. That used to be pegboard. That's gone. It's still a cabinet down there with some stuff on it. That used to be pegboard. Attached. This is still a mess, but all the tools are gone off of it. That used to be pegboard, and that cabinet's still here. The saw cabinet gone, just the cleat still. That was dartboard and candy / PPE cabinet. That used to be a rack of maple. All those racks used to be full of wood under the lathe station. All those racks used to be filled with wood. Those used to be clamps. All those racks up under there used to be filled with wood. It's been a week. That was mostly Monday and Tuesday. Mikey B came over and we gutted it. It's a week's worth of work? No, it's like Monday, Tuesday, basically. And then, Wednesday I decided to kind of take a day. Then Thursday I worked and then had band practice. And then Friday I worked all day and then I went to sleep. And now it's today. So it's basically like 2 days-ish. 2 partial / most of the days to get everything out. And it was a fair bit of work. Shut up. packing everything away and then lugging all of the wood down off the racks and then getting it all down to my parents' place. My mom, it's like, so is that all of it? No, there's another load. Oh, okay. Was it? It's probably like half the wood though. Like it's probably almost half the wood. It's like, that's only half the wood? About half. Now what? Now I gotta finish the remnants. All the little bits of stuff need to go into boxes. And then take the racks, the rack brackets, the brackets, I guess we'll call them. Brackets need to come off the walls, and then a little stuff into boxes, move the rest of the stuff to the middle, and dust. I'm gonna vacuum and shop vac the walls and the ceiling, and then I'm gonna paint, and then I'm gonna put lights up, and then I'm gonna run ducting from dust collector along here, and then everything's gotta move back in. Another 2 weeks to clean, 6 weeks to paint. Hopefully tomorrow the rest of the little bits and bobs get boxed up. I'm hoping that Monday can be dusting and starting to paint, at least getting like into the corners so that I can just, the rest of it can just be the roller, which would maybe be Tuesday. I don't know. I was like, best case scenario, 2 like full weeks was best case scenario in my head. And so I will be a week in on Monday. And if I'm already at starting to paint by Monday, that's I say that's ahead of schedule. So you shut up. Hit it with the leaf blower. I had an electric leaf blower at one point. I don't know where it is. This might be in the shed, but I'm not gonna find it. I think just a quick like brush with a broom, and then just a quick vacuum, and then start painting. That's like 300% better than landlords do when they repaint places. So nice big French cleat wall would be good. I'm going to do another one of these over on the other side. I don't know if it's going to be a French cleat style or a this style, but and then more cabinets, and all the pegboard is never more pegboard. All the pegboard can die, and it's not welcome here. So got to replace pegboard with storage, and I don't know what I'm going to do for cabinets along this side yet, in terms of whether I just want a long bank of cabinet or individual cabinets for each individual tool station type thing. That'll be a decision based on pricing, probably. I'll be like, okay, if I'm going to make one of those, if I'm going to make this, I'm going to need 3 sheets of plywood. If I'm going to do these, I'm going to need 2 sheets of plywood and some 2x, like I'll price it out in my head. I'm not going to do it on paper. Dom, what happened? I'm doing a shop reno. So I cleared out a lot of my stuff so that I can paint and put new lights in and run ducting for dust collectors and stuff like that. Cabinets on wheels, question mark. I thought about that, but the cabinets that are going along here are for jointer, planer, sanding station, and drum sander. And none of that I really want to be mobile. Like I don't want to I don't want to be pushing wood over a jointer and have wheels going. So probably not. And I don't need them to be mobile. If I was going to be needing to move them around, I would absolutely think about wheels, but they should be stationary in terms of my need. So probably not. I'm really curious as to what you do. In April, I'll be setting stuff up. Yeah, you have, well, I guess you only get half of the 2-car garage too, don't you? But you are turning into a turning studio, which is, I don't, do you need a full outfitted kit of table saw, bandsaw, jointer, planer, etc., etc.? I guess you're doing segmented turning, so you need table saw. I guess you'd need jointer, planer, etc., etc. Yeah, okay. So you're not moving like Jim Spragwe did. Sprag, probably. Nope, not moving. I just had to move everything out so that I could get at walls and things. Dude had a metric buttload of wood to move. I figure I had about, I don't know, maybe 400 board feet. Between 300 and 400 board feet that had to come off the racks and get moved to my parents' place. Yeah, 3. My planer and drum sander are on a flip cart with wheels because I don't need it all the time. Fair. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, where I'm going to put drill press. Drill press might be a stow it away and bring it out when you need it, because I don't use my drill press a ton. I don't know if I use it enough to need it out all the time. Like when I'm doing drill press operations, I can be there for a while, but it's not every project, and not a lot on a project usually when I need it. I could easily pull it out, use it for a half an hour, put it away, and then not use it again for months. Chili, man. How are you, my friend? My phone wouldn't come up with the box to type in. Sure. It's always a technical. It's always the phone's fault. Need to move my radial arm saw into the shop and park my miter saw next to it. I don't have either of those things. I don't know why you would want both of those things, actually. Why do you need both a radial arm saw and a miter saw? I had a cheapo Ryobi drill press, but throw wasn't good enough for drilling pen blanks. Yeah, I got the Mastercraft, probably the Mastercraft version of that drill press. And yeah, I'd hog out most of the material on half-blind dovetails, pickup cavities on guitars. Once in a, like, not a lot of operations require a drill press for me. I have to, okay, cue the graphics department. Because I keep wanting to drink this, but I have to do the. Okay, everybody, welcome back to everybody's favorite segment of the show. Hello! Mike's never had this food before. All right, on today's episode of Mike's Never Had This Food Before, we don't do a lot of beverages. I got another beverage. I didn't have enough coffee today. I'll be honest. So on my way home, I don't know. The Starbucks double shot energy coffee drink Guarana, vitamins B. Oh, I'm on the French side. Nope. Vitamins B. It's a weird way to say that. There isn't a French side. I thought I was on the French side. Vitamins B. Somebody didn't like proofread the can. And ginseng. Fortified coffee drink. Energy. It's a source of energy. Energy's got a little thing, and then you got to go find out what it means. Source of energy. It doesn't contain energy. It contains a source of energy. The caramel version is the one that I went with. It's probably just poison. What is in here? All right. Brewed Starbucks coffee. Condensed skim milk. Sugars. With a list of sugars. Maltodextrin. Taurine. Cellulose gel. Potassium carbonate. Sucralose. Oh, everybody's favorite sweetener. Sodium ensorbate. Cellulose gum. Pinax. Ginseng root extract. Niacinamide. Niacinamide. Ascorbic acid. Trilicogramine palmitate. Pyrrolochinidate. And I'm about halfway through. So this is basically poison. But let's give it a go. It's 31%. This can is 31% of your daily potassium and your 31% of your daily calcium. 29% of your daily sugar intake right here. This is poison. 231%. 231% of your daily recommended intake of riboflavin. Here we go. I don't know if I was supposed to shake this first. Doesn't say. That is not delicious. It's not gross. It's not delicious. There's coffee in it. It tastes like coffee. Tastes like very, very sweet, creamy coffee. Not a good coffee. This tastes like, okay, this is like if you made a pot of coffee and you left it sitting on the burner for like a day, and then when the burner stayed on, you don't have one of the ones that turns itself off, so it stayed on the burner for like a day, and then you dumped it into a jug and put it in the fridge for like long enough until it started to go off, but it wasn't quite off yet, and then you mixed in some like chemical sweeteners and like a shot of artificial caramel flavor. This is well, this is going down, that it's not good for you at all. But it's not super gross. I'm gonna say it probably does what you want it to do. If you just need to get some caffeine and like energy gunk into you, this might be a decent solution. if you're into that. It's not terrible. 5. Give it right down the middle. It gets meh as a score. It's meh. It's not good. It's not gross. It's probably I probably lost like at least 19 years or 19 years. Hopefully not. I was gonna say 19 hours of my life. Probably from coming to 20 now. Yeah. That's terrible for you. But like I said, I did not have enough coffee today. So this is making up for that. No, the answer is no to would you buy it again? That's a category. I won't purchase that again. But it gets as a score. Okay. And that's been this episode of Mike's never had this food before. Now we can go back to the regular show. Addiction to energy gunk is real. I can count on 2 hands the number of times that I've had an energy drink probably in my life. Like Monsters and Mikey B. Speaking of energy drinks, my boy Mikey B's here. He's asking what I tried. I tried the double shot Starbucks caramel energy drink thing. Meh. It scored a 5. Tim, did you figure out how much the plane was going to cost to ship? I did not, because it is not in a box yet. It's sitting over there on the stairs, getting ready to go. I'm eating sushi and Dr. Pepper. Those are both terrible things. So now after coffee, this stream is going to be extra long stream. I don't know that really would affect anything. This stream goes as long as it needs to go. The live show lasts as long as it feels like it needs to last. I might take down some of these brackets tonight. I could climb up on the ladder and start taking down these brackets to be doing something. Can we talk about the clickbait title of the live? You like that? I'm becoming a YouTuber. Yay, me. I think that's what you're supposed to do when you YouTube, right? It's like, I was just saying before you got here, I was like, I think I was supposed to go like in the thumbnail, but I didn't. I did this instead. Yeah, this is more exciting than Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. It probably, I don't know, would be more exciting than most boxing matches, I think. Is it as bad as I think it was gonna be? The Jake Paul Mike Tyson? I have no idea. Was that yesterday that was supposed to happen? It was like a Netflix special or some shit, wasn't it? Like, I don't even really know. You need to Photoshop your head to 1.5 normal size. Be a YouTuber. And then doing like an outline around everything. Are you moving? No, I'm not moving. I just needed to get everything down and off the walls and out of the shop because I'm renovating. I'm going to do new paint and lights and ducting for the dust collecting and stuff like that. So I needed to, it's echoey. I moved a lot of stuff out of here. Got a new set of Carter blade guides for your Laguna 18BX. Might do a video on it. Sweet. Carter blade guides for the Laguna 18BX. What'd that run you? $400? It was totally rigged. You could tell Tyson was pulling punches. If Tyson wasn't pulling punches, that kid would be dead, wouldn't he? Like, I don't care if he's 60 years old. Like, that dude would murder you. I think the small Red Bull can be the proper size. I don't generally energy drink. I just caffeine. I mean, like caffeine, nicotine, sleep. It's like, have a great night. Okay, see you later. Thanks for stopping in. I don't follow boxing, but I watched it because I think it'd be Tyson's last fight. But afterwards, he said he wasn't retiring. Whatever. $400, didn't I? Is that what I said? I said $400, I think. Kapla's leaving too. Just joined. What happened to all the stuff? Well, yeah, you wouldn't believe what happened next. The stuff has been moved to my parents' garage while I paint and relight. I'm doing new lighting and a new coat of paint, fresh, new, shiny paint. Hopefully not too shiny. Yeah, it's a renovation where I'm gonna paint and new lights and ducting for the dust collector and then move it all back in and orient things a little bit differently for workflow. Brian's here. I don't believe it. You'll never believe what happens next. Prank video. Minecraft edition. I can finally have a decent beverage. Hashtag not sponsored. I have another one. I have another Mike's never had this food before that we're going to do in a little bit. It sounds crappy in here. It feels crappy in here. It feels like a garage. It sounds like a garage. I kind of hate it. But it was a necessary thing to happen. Just relocated for now. Yep, just hopefully for not too long because I'm making my mom park out in the driveway for as long as it takes me to get all this done. So I hope less than 3 weeks, and Monday will be a week in. So I'm hoping by Monday I can at least be at the point where I can start painting. But by the end of Monday, I hope to be started painting. My old band was sponsored by Red Bull. I drank so much, it felt absolutely nothing. You guys were bouncing off the walls. Wow. Yeah, I guess everything affects everybody different. You had a band that was sponsored by Red Bull? That's cool, actually. His mom's been parked in the driveway for days now. She's really tired, but his dad is bringing her food. It's true. It's true. And remember to drink some water after that. You're not in charge of me. Putting together guitars in the shop today, and $100 set of tuners brand new broke on you. Can't send them back because I bought them over a year ago. Oh, Paul's been coming here to learn. Don't come here to learn. Okay, Paul? You're supposed to open things as soon as you get them so that you can return them. If they break or they're crap. We've talked about this. Buy guitar parts in bulk. I get you. That sucks. And the Beaver Chuck. See? Point for Cosman. Exactly like that. I hope my lights don't have any issues because I bought those. When was it, Pinnell? When did I buy the Marina lights? Oh, a year and a half ago, maybe, in planning to install them. You a fan of Nor Abrams and his show, The New Yankee Workshops? Used to love that series. I wouldn't call myself a fan. I have enjoyed it when I've seen it, but I have not seen it a lot. I've seen a few episodes and I enjoy watching it when I see it. I didn't like grow up on it. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I've always, I grew up on New Yankee Workshop and that's why I'm a woodworker or anything like that. Just moved into our new house. Garage sheetrock is jacked. Not sure to repair or replace. Ooh, damn. The box would have the date on the shipping label. Uh, 060923. So, depending on which is the 6 and which is the 9, some people do it differently. It's either September 6th or June 9th of last year. So about a year and a half. Yep. I've been wanting to do a shop reno for a while. Quick question about the Beaver Chuck. Did you put the jaws on in the right order? Yes. They came with them on and I can't get one of them off. So just got a Nova Chuck, got 2 jaws out of place, had a gap when it closed. Yeah, no, I mean, it came out of the pack with them in the right order and not closing. I think we've all been caught leaving stuff packed for too long. When it gets here, I know what it is, and a lot of time I leave it in the package till I'm ready for it. That's right. And if you make YouTube videos of things, you have to leave it in the package until you're ready to film the opening of the thing too. Like that's what happened with the Beaver Chuck. Hi Dot. Pawn all your tools. I'd rather sell them than pawn them. You don't get enough when you pawn things. But no, I'm keeping all my tools. Is this Beaver a true woodworking chuck? It's supposed to be. It's not. I'm not going to use it. Because I have no confidence in it at all. What it is an example that I use in my turning classes of what not to do when you buy things. That's what's holding me up on my lathe. I have to film it, keep putting it off. Yeah. The drill press too? Yep. It's the next food that I'm going to try. I can do it right now. I'm going to change shirts. Well, I'm not going to change shirts, but we're going to do a new episode. Wardrobe change. Slight camera angle change. Here we go. Okay, it's time for everybody's favorite segment of the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff live show. Mike's never had this food before. All right, so on this week's episode of Mike's Never Had This Food Before, it's another chip-based product. It's a seasonal treat. Limited edition seasonal treat. The Lay's Turkey Dinner potato chip. Holiday Table Lay's Turkey Dinner limited edition potato chip. I have not a lot of confidence in this. We know already from a previous episode that Lay's makes a garbage potato chip. Like the texture of a Lay's potato chip is not good. It like dissolves instead of crunches. They make their chips out of like mashed potato or something, but whatever, it's fine. And so adding the flavor, the artificial flavor of turkey dinner to it. I'm also not, when I eat turkey dinner, I don't do the fork and go like turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry, and then into my mouth. I go turkey, mashed potatoes, right? I'm not a fork of everything into my mouth kind of guy. So if this is like all of the flavors of turkey dinner at once on a crappy chip, I'm just saying I don't have very much confidence here. But celebrate the season with the warm flavors of slow roasted turkey, herb infused stuffing, and rich savory gravy in a chip. I'm not even going to talk about the nutritional information because it's garbage. Especially, the ingredients start with specially selected potatoes. Specially selected. You don't have a guy who's like, no, not this one. Shut up, Lay's. Okay. Here we go. Turkey dinner, Lay's limited edition chip. Smells like stale fart. Like, that's weird because that's unpleasant, but in an intriguing way. Like you're pretty sure that it's gross, but then you're like, I don't know. Is it though? I don't. And then you're like, yep, no, it is. Yep. Not good. Accurate. The accuracy rating of the description is fairly high. It does. There is some turkey stuffing flavor. What is like the overarching flavor of turkey stuffing? What is that spice? Is it allspice or it's not cumin? Is it cumin? There's a lot of that. Sage? It's maybe sage. There's a lot of when people put too much like stuffing spice in their stuffing, there's a lot of that going on. It smells like stale farts and it tastes like a not very good potato chip covered in stuffing seasoning. Two. Three, because it's like you're intrigued by the fact that someone has done this. So like, and your brain like is confused as to like, is it as bad as the mouth is telling me? So there's sort of like a disconnect between the mouth and the brain, because the brain is like, no, it can't, that can't be what it tastes like. So you check again, and it is actually what it tastes like. 3 out of 10 for intrigue. 1.2 out of 10 for deliciousness. And 0 out of 10 for would I get another bag of this. And if anybody wants the rest of this one, let me know. I'm not going to ship it, but you can come pick it up. No. And that has been this edition. Lingers a little bit too. There's a little afterglow of hockey bag. Yeah. Yeah. Little afterglow of hockey bag in the back of the throat. And that's been this episode. Mike's never had this food before. There. You got two episodes tonight. I don't think Lay's is ever going to sponsor the show. That's 0 for 2 on the Lay's potato chip. The sweet chili one, to be fair, the flavoring that went on the chip was good. Just the chip itself wasn't good. This one, both are not good. It's got... Don't do that. Good evening from Argentina. Shop on the move. The shop is only on a move in terms of everything's going out and then coming back in. So the physical space isn't moving. Everything in the space is moving, and most of it is out and then back in after painting and stuff. So return it and get your money back. I didn't pay for it. It's not sponsored. Wasn't provided. Well, it was provided. Nadia, my boss and friend, bought it for me because she knows that I do this on the show. And she was like, oh, this would make a really good Mike's never had this food before. And it's funny that she did that because I was looking at them on the rack like the day before she bought them for me. And I was like, that would make a good Mike's never had this food before. And I didn't buy them. And then she did. And now I'm glad that I didn't, because then I'd have 2 bags that I'd have to give away. And one of them is open. Excuse me, shopkeeper. I'd like to return these, please. They taste like old hockey bag and sage. And they smell like stale fart. Like the kind of fart. When I say stale fart, I mean like when you're driving in your car and you fart right before you got out and you go into the store and you do your shopping or whatever it is that you needed to do. And then you come back out and you get in your car and it still has that fart present. That's what that smells like, with some sage. So that's a glowing review for limited edition. No wonder it's limited edition, because nobody's going to do that again after they did it the first time. So whether Lay's wanted it to be or not, it's a limited edition. Mafia King. I like it. How's it going? I'm good. I'm okay. I'd be better if I didn't just eat those chips. I would have had a better day today if I didn't put those in my mouth. But gotta do a show. Gotta try things for the folks. Chips are always a solid choice. No, my friend. No, they're not. Turkey dinner, Lay's potato chips are not a good choice. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. Get Dot's home style pretzel sticks. I do like a good pretzel. I gotta go back to Costco and get like 3 or 4 more jugs of the peanut butter filled pretzels. How much were the chips? I don't know. My friend Nadia got them for me, but I feel like they were somewhere in the neighborhood of $4. Canadian bucks. I mean, the way prices are these days, they could have been $6. I don't know. Put the chips out and see if the squirrels like them. We don't have a lot of squirrels. I get raccoons. If I put them out and the raccoons won't eat them, then we know. If the raccoons won't eat them, it's a good idea. I'm gonna put them outside and see if they go away. If they don't go away, not even the raccoons will eat them. And the raccoons eat literal garbage. Okay, we'll do that. I'll put these out in front in the driveway. and we'll do the raccoon test. And if they, I'll just leave the bag wide open so that they can get a good whiff of the stale fart smell. And I'll just put it in the driveway. And if I come out tomorrow morning and it's still there, I'll let you guys know. That'll be hilarious. We'll do an addendum. Maybe the birds will. Oh, I guess I wouldn't know if birds ate it. I wouldn't know who ate it. It's a good point. But if nothing eats it, that would tell us something. If they're still there, that means that the raccoons, the birds, the rats, if there are, we don't have a lot of rats. Deer, we have deer walking around. If nothing touches it, miss when they first started the fun flavors and they were good. Now I feel like they're all gross. I think that's probably, I mean, the sweet chili, the heat, whatever they were, the flavor was good, but I think we figured out that they're owned by the same company that makes the sweet chili heat Doritos. So it's probably just the good powder from the Doritos that they put on the shit chips. I don't know why they would waste the good powder on the shit chips, but that's beside the point. On the upside, if the raccoons don't like them, they will go next door looking for better chips. I like the raccoons. The raccoons are cool. The raccoons never had this food before. Just set my camera up on the bag of chips and just wait. Have you seen any movies recently? I watched on Sunday night. We watched Blue Beetle. It was better than these chips. It was not a total waste of time. It had its moments. It was okay. Not awesome. But it was okay. It was 5. Meh. It gets a meh. It was perfectly okay. Lori's prepping for heaven. Never heard of it. It's one of the superhero movies. It's a DC superhero movie. It's okay. It's kind of, yeah, it was all right. Thanks for the morning laughs, Mike. Better go do stuff. Have a good night. Okay, thanks. Where are you that it's morning? Are you an Australian as well? Feels like you might be an Australian. If you're saying I gotta go get some stuff done, it's the morning. Okay. Are you on the good side of Australia or Jax's side? No, I'm just kidding. The Perth side or the good side? Do you like superhero movies? I like them okay. They can be well done. I find most of them to be not a waste of my time. Obviously, some of them are better than others. Some of them have been really, really good. I would say yes. I would answer yes to that question. I do like superhero movies. Saw Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that's probably going to be this coming Sunday night. It's nearly 1 p.m. here. Yeah, it's not morning. If you're on the good side, it's morning on the Perth side. I like how I've just like arbitrarily decided which side of Australia is better. I've never been to either one, but I just assume that because the west coast of Canada is like way better than the east coast, that the east coast of Australia is way better than the west coast. I don't know why I've arbitrarily decided that, but I think it's all good. Well, but isn't there like a big whack of desert garbage in the middle? Like that's probably not very cool. I guess I missed the reason for all this missing stuff. I'm doing a shop renovation. I had to move everything out so I could paint and do new lights and stuff, and then I'm moving it all back in. The center side is the best. The west side is just Perth and desert. Okay, well, see? What's this? As a lifelong New Yorker, I can honestly say the West Coast is awesome. Northern California and Oregon, yeah. The West Coast is way better than the East Coast of North America. So that's just science. Do you guys in Campbell River ever get tsunami warnings? No. It would be almost impossible for a tsunami to get here because we're right in the middle of the inside side of things. So even if a tsunami like wrapped around the bottom edges of the island, like it wouldn't be able to make it up the channel this far. Sounds better than I hoped. Yeah, no, it's a clickbaity YouTube thing. I was trying to be like YouTuber, like I make fun of YouTubers, so that's kind of, it's like a joke. Like I wanted to go like kind of thing. I tried explaining that to her. We were like, yeah, we got a tsunami warning like 5 years ago. Really? I don't even, obviously I don't, it was that big a deal that I didn't remember it. They were saying a 2-foot wave was going to run up to the channel. That, yeah. I can't imagine if a tsunami hit here, it wouldn't matter where you were. You're gonna die. I can't imagine how bad the devastation would have to be, like everywhere else on the coast, if a tsunami got to Campbell River. Millions dead if we got a tsunami here. I lived in California for 7 years. I'm glad I got out. Everybody can like where they like. I've never been to California. From Rio, Brazil. Your videos about alcohol are amazing. I agree. They are amazing, high quality videos. No, thank you. I know what you mean. I appreciate it. They're making a difference for some people, and I love that. I love that. So it's a hell of a wave to wrap around like that, right? Sean would have been dead hours before the tsunami hit here. I think that's accurate. Spent 6 years in Seattle on submarines. Loved it there. Never been to Seattle either. It's just over there. I'm not allowed to go into the States. They don't let me across the border. I mean, I haven't tried, but they're not supposed to. Subscribe because of that. Staying for the woodworking. Well, hopefully we'll get back to woodworking relatively soon. In the next, like I said, I think hopefully the Reno is done and everything's back and functional before the end of November. Be actually able to make stuff again in here. I'm going to have one of my unfortunate dirty cigarettes. You can't come to the States. You did something that dumb. I mean, I guess I did. It was a long, long time ago. But, yeah. I have a federal permanent record. I was in prison and shit. Kind of a long, really bad, really crappy story. Like, it's not even like I went to prison for anything like badass. How would they know? Well, they check who you are on the way by. Yeah, I should try sometime. Just be like, what do you mean? They're like, what? Just play stupid. Be like, still? Maybe I'll go down to Vancouver. Next time I go down to Vancouver, I'll just like go down to the border and just like see. Just be like, what? Really? Oh, okay, never mind. And just turn around. Well, that kind of sucks. We all done stupid shit when we were young and stupid. Yeah, that's right. I was literally 18. It was the first year that it would have stayed with me forever. Can you sum up in one word starting with an A what it had to do with? Yeah, well, no, technically it didn't. I was driving a car when I wasn't allowed to drive a car. And unfortunately, driving a car while you're not allowed to drive a car in Canada is a federal criminal offense. With a minimum penalty at the time of 7 days in a federal penitentiary. I'm Mike. Am I allowed in your country? Just hold up my YouTube channel and be like, I'm Mike from Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. Is this cool? Like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal. I have many leather-bound books. My office smells of rich mahogany. It seems a wee bit extreme. That's what I thought. I went into the court to get sentenced, and the judge was like, are you aware that the minimum sentence for this, like, you seem like a nice kid, are you aware that the minimum sentence for this is 7 days in jail and I think it was $1,000 fine, 7 days and $1,000. And he goes, are you ready to serve out your sentence if I give it to you today? And I went, no, I didn't know that. Like, I gotta pay rent in a couple of days. Like, I can't just be going off to jail. He was like, okay, come back next week and we'll send you up to the jail. When they ask why you're coming to the country, just tell them it's a YouTube collaboration. Yeah, I'm with Mr. Beast. Or, no, I gotta change it to live chat. I got it an hour, just over an hour in, till I remembered that I had to change it to the different chat. Maybe not Mr. Beast anymore, hey? I've heard things. I've heard rumors. I don't know. I haven't been following along. Currently, your office smells like cobweb farts and a lack of wood planes. This isn't my office. Close the chip bed. Yeah, it sounds like... Who's Mr. Beast? He's one of those YouTuber guys. He's like kind of a big deal in YouTube, I guess. But he got in trouble. I don't know exactly what's going on, but... Do you recall how the jail food was? I remember it being not awesome, but not as bad as I expected. It was like sort of like high school cafeteria kind of, except on a crappy tray. Yeah, it not like lack of seasoning. I remember a lack of seasoning, like everything tasted really bland. But did you find anything you forgot you had during the move? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I found a box of hand planes that I forgot I had. I wish I hadn't moved it so I could show you guys. It was like a box of like maybe 5 random hand planes. I found, what else did I find that I forgot that I had? A bowl. I found a perfectly good bowl. I have it over here. Wait, did I bring it inside already? Yeah, I think I put it inside with the market stuff. I was like cleaning up around the lathe station, and I found like I just saw a bowl down in the dust and crap, and I was like, oh, that must have been like a broken one that just got like chucked over there, and I dug it out, and it was a perfectly good finished bowl. That was just like, I just buffed a new coat of the custom wax into it, and it's ready for the market, like just laying in a pile in the corner. What else did I find that was interesting? I guess that's about it, really, in terms of stuff that I'd forgotten about. Do you find the shop stool project? It was never lost. I don't know, Mikey B, you remember if we found he was helping? Did we find anything else that I was like, oh damn, I forgot I had that? Brazil jail food is always terrible. I mean, I don't think jail food is supposed to be good. Like, you're not supposed to enjoy your time. I don't think you're not supposed to want to go to jail. Be like, man, you know where it's got good food? Did you find any money or petrified food? No, not so far, but I haven't gotten underneath the workbench or underneath the sharpening station or underneath that bench that's against that wall, the underneath of things might have some interest in terms of what I find. But so far not so much. Crappy food and board hard beds. The bed wasn't great. Yeah, the bed wasn't great. My roommate was really, really not very cool. Just joined. How have you got the jail talk? Well, we're just talking about why I'm not allowed in the States. Because many a year ago, I drove a car when I wasn't allowed to drive a car. And in Canada, they put you in jail for that. Don't remember finding too much stuff that wasn't already kind of accounted for. Yeah, me too. I found the stuff that I did find was before you got here. I was doing the cleanup phase before Mike came to help with the move out phase. And that's when I found the things that I had forgotten about or whatever. Supposedly not allowed? No, I was actually, that's the thing is like, if I was just like, didn't have a license, it wouldn't have been as bad as if I was like, actually had, my license had been suspended and I drove. So like I was prohibited from driving as opposed to just not allowed. It wasn't that I was just not allowed. It's that they told me specifically I wasn't allowed. He tells it like he had a real criminal past. That's not how I told it at all. I told you guys it's not like I did anything badass. Like, and the funny part is that I was only, when I got caught driving with my suspended license, I was only driving because everybody else was drunk and I wasn't. And it was high school graduation. And I was driving the car because everyone else had already been drinking and we were going to get beer. And I was being the responsible one. And I was like, well, I guess I'm the sober one. And so I'll drive. I might have missed it. How did you get caught driving with a suspended license? Yeah, if the car, it was somebody else's crappy old car that had like a really bad muffler problem. And I got pulled over because the cop was intending to tell the driver of the automobile that they needed to address the muffler problem. Curious as to how you got pulled over. Yeah, no, I wasn't speeding. Just it was, I don't even know if it had a muffler on it. Like it was just a loud, crappy old car. Yep. It wasn't awesome. The Mounties always get their man. Well, I guess they got him that day. Whatevs. It was 27 years ago. I still think it's funny that like I had to go to jail because I was the responsible one that day. Change the subject. Okay, cool. Thanks. When wondering how are the floating shells behind you attached? Dowels. Just dowels. Awesome. Yeah. No, that's why there's a few extra holes. I mean, there's dowels for hanging things, but there's also a few extra from where shelves had been at some point. Fancy. Oh yeah, that's what I'm known for being fancy. You'd think the Mountie would have just let you go for being the responsible driver. And maybe he was having a crap day that week. I don't know. Maybe his boss was on him for something. I don't know. It's all water under the duck's back or whatever they say. Yeah. So I think the tool wall, I think I'm just gonna I may half-ass this and just tape this off and paint around it and leave this one, take the shelves off and make it into something else in terms of storage on this side, and then make a new tool wall for behind where the bench is gonna go. In a similar style, but so that I don't have to take this off the wall. And also the tool wall on that side needs to have an area for electrical conduit to go through, and I don't really feel like doing that to this. So if I leave this one here, take the shelves off it for the planes can go over there to the new one, I can make something, because this was just kind of slapped together, and like I'll throw a shelf up and throw some planes on it and it'll be what it'll be. But if I'm starting from scratch with like a relatively well kitted out set of planes and chisels and stuff, I could make something custom and purpose built for over there. And this can just become, I can just screw into it and hang like bandsaw blades, and because this side is going to be sort of the power tool processing side. I can bandsaw blades and push blocks and I don't know what else. Drill bit cabinet of some kind for if I do my drilling station over here. Extra sanding belts, things like that can all hang up over here. Show how the room looks now. Get here on time. We've already done the tour. This is the tool wall. This used to be the saw cabinet. Now it's just a cleat. Two more cabinet cleats over there. The cabinets are gone. That used to be a rack of lumber. All of this used to be racks of lumber. That used to be racks of lumber. That's clamp storage. That up under there used to all be full of lumber. The jointer used to live there. This used to be, it's kind of got the little bits and drabs. That used to be drill press and oscillating spindle sander thing. The grinder is gone from over here. The lathe is still here. My guitar's in here. What's the ceiling color? Same as the rest of it. Just a little bit darker shade of seafoam green. And it's all going to be antique white. Hopefully by the end of next week. I'm not entirely confident. You really like that green. That is the green that came with the house. I didn't do that. And see when I was talking about how like the girl who lived here before, she like painted around whatever was on the wall. So obviously there was something there that she just painted around. This corner had like a shelving unit that she just painted around. There was something on this wall that she just painted around. Now I'm talking about maybe just painting around this. I probably won't. I'll probably take it down and paint it and put it back up. I want to just tape it off and paint it though. You're gonna insulate your garage door for winter summers. Not during this renovation. I don't have any more money to spend on this renovation. I don't have any more interest in spending any more time on this renovation. This renovation is paint, lights, dust collection. How good does dust extraction work? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna run one trunk down this wall with 4 blast gates, maybe. It's about a 12-foot run for jointer, planer, sander, and bandsaw, and future drum sander. And then I'm going to have another dedicated dust collector on the table saw over there. Are you taking down the electrical? I'm not taking it down. I'm going to paint around, like I'm going to take off the little bracket things and then paint under them and then put them back. And I'm going to do all of the, basically when I'm doing the corners so that I can just roll later, I'm going to do that with the electrical too. I'm going to like take the screws out and then just paint under it with a brush and then screw them back down so that when I go around with a roller, that part doesn't go missing. In case I missed it, how are things going for you? You seem happy. I wouldn't say that I'm happy. I'm okay. Some days are better than others. I'm okay. I've been in a better place mentally than this. I've been in a lot worse. So, and yeah, some days are better than others. But say 6.5 in general these days. How long before you move to a floor jointer? I don't have any plans to go that direction anytime soon. My little benchtop guy, I got an 8-inch helical head benchtop, and it's enough for 98% of what I need to joint. So if I ever got to the point where more often it wouldn't do what I need it to do, then I would think about it. How do I heat that room? I don't need to very often. It's attached to my house, so there's some residual heat coming in through the house, but it's concrete floor, so it wicks up cold and moisture a little bit. So I do have like one of these little oil heater dealies, but it doesn't run full time even in the winter. It's just kind of like when I need to kind of goose it up a little bit, I'd toss that on for a bit. It doesn't get super cold here for very long. Like even in the dead of winter, we look at like 0 degrees. So for Americans, it would be like 32. A couple of times over the course of a winter. Like right now we're at 10-ish degrees. So I really like in the mornings, if I come out first thing in the morning, I'll turn this on for a bit just to like get it warmed up, and then it can go off and I'll be okay for the day. New subscriber from Victoria, BC. I got my buddy Sean McGill is down that way. Proud of your life changes and for your future success. Can't wait to see your great woodworking ideas. I have many woodworking videos. If you go back into the back catalog, I have many woodworking projects. I used to work. I spent about 6 months commuting essentially back and forth. I rented a little apartment in Langford, and I worked for the newspaper out in Langford and came back here on the weekends. When do you get a drum sander? It's a good question. I get a drum sander when the renovation is finished and my boss pays me for the back catalog of classes that I've been building up payment for. Once the Christmas season is over and all of the money comes in to the shop and I can get paid out for all of the classes that I've been teaching, a lot of that money is going into the shop. So probably it might be drum sander and domino. Don't know. Jet's 10-inch drum sander is going on sale next week. Get a bigger one than that. Not a little bit. Not a little bit big. That room beats an 8x8. Yes, it does. I am a 11 by 20. One car garage. We've been following him for years and we're still waiting on his great woodworking ideas. Well, I got nothing. It's a good point. You getting the Supermax? I think I am probably. I think I am probably getting the Supermax 1632. Yeah, probably the 1632. I saw your video from 9 days ago and saw your license plate said British Columbia. Yeah, I'm in Campbell River, my friend. I'm just up the road from you. Would hold off on the domino. Patent expires in 2025. See, they say that though. I think they've said that the patent on the domino was going to expire like 3 times since I've been woodworking. Love my Supermax. I think it's based on my cursory research. It's probably where I'm going to come down. 1632 is about the size. I don't need any bigger than that, but I don't really want to go smaller than that. And like pound for pound quality seems like that's a pretty good place to be. No way. Yeah, way. Local celebrity. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal. I have many leather-bound books. I can vouch for that. I've been able to say hi to Mike at the Crow's House. That's right. Sean McGill lives down your way, and he popped up for a visit 2 months ago. I'm talking about coming down his way and going for lunch and going to Lee Valley. It's for no reason, just to spend some money. When I bought mine, I got the Rockler discount, and they didn't have any smaller than 1938. Oh, that would be. I don't need that. Was watching the fight finally. I hope you enjoyed it. Other people have said that it was not an enjoyable. Just coming in, your stuff is gone. Oh, I have to explain it again. No spoilers, please. What, about my stuff or about the fight? All I'm going to say about the Mike Tyson, what's his face fight is that I've heard that it was not a good time for people when they watched it. My stuff is gone. Most of my stuff is gone. That's why there's like this nasty echo in here, because I have been moving my stuff out of the shop in order to do the renovation, which was painting and new lights, new paint, new dust collection piping, and then moving everything back in a different orientation. That's the Coles Notes version of it. That burnt up 6 outlet is still there. I'm going to move it across the shop because when the reno is done, I'm going to be facing that way. Well, I'm going to be on the other side during these shows, and I'm bringing it with me. Just to for you guys. Renovations, while fun, can be a real big pain in the rear. There's nothing fun. Honestly, there's nothing fun about the renovation. I'm not enjoying it. Like in here right now, the energy is really bad. Like I don't like it in here at all right now. But it's like the pain is worth the result kind of situation. Like it needs to happen. And so it's got to suck for a little while so that it can be way better. The new paint, the new brightness and crispness and way more light than there is now, and proper dust collection, and just making the space my shop as opposed to the garage that I do woodworking in. That's going to be the difference. I'm going to walk out here. I'm going to walk out into my shop versus walking out to the garage where I do woodworking. You know what I mean? Like I call it my shop, but it doesn't really feel like my shop. It feels like a garage I do woodworking in. And hopefully after this, it'll feel like a shop, like my shop. An inviting space. Well, inviting for me, it's not going to be you get more than one person in here, and it's not an inviting space for more than one person, but just because there just isn't enough room to move for more than one person to move around. But it's going to make me feel like I want to be out here and being productive. And it'll make me want to keep it clean, hopefully. It'll be easier to keep it clean if everything's being dust collected and everything has a place to live. Like part of why the place gets messy is because stuff doesn't have a place to go back to be to its home, you know? So everything just kind of like, I guess that'll go here for now because it doesn't have a home. And so everything having a home and nice crisp lighting and clean lines and freshness and dust collection. Inviting as in it's a happy, inviting place. That's exactly, yeah. Yeah, it'll make me want to be out here. Be glad you live in Campbell River. It's becoming too congested down here. Well, I hate to tell you, my friend, but you're part of the congestion. It's like, I love when people complain about the traffic. It's like, you are the traffic, though. Like, you're complaining about the traffic because you're the traffic. What lighting are you using right now, or what lighting am I going to? I'm going from, I'll just do them both. Right now, I'm running 4 T8 fluorescent light bulbs, and one little splitter of, I don't know, 60 watt incandescents. And I am going to 6 8-foot LEDs. So I'm going from 4 4-foot T8s to 6 8-foot LEDs. Go move to Southern Ontario. The traffic in Southern Ireland is nada in comparison. Yeah. Just checking in. Where'd all your stuff go? I should have a sign. My stuff all went to my parents' garage so that I can renovate my shop and paint and put in new lights and dust collection. It's I'm doing a shop renovation. And if you showed up on time, I wouldn't have had to explain this for the 4th damn time. That should be bright and you'll use less power. Yes. Going from 4 4-foots to 6 8-foots should be a significant upgrade. It's also going to be way more even because these 4 4-foots are going right down the middle of the shop, but only in that half. Like this half here has nothing. That half has the 4 4-foots and the splitter for the incandescents. So after the reno, this side is going to have 4 of the 8-foots, and this side's going to have 2 of the 8-foots. So 2 on this side of this beam and 4 on that side of the beam. So it'll be a much more like even, consistent light as well. Both significantly more and significantly more even. Where's your stuff? Jeremy, I will punch you right in the throat. Like with a mallet. I'm not really a puncher. I'm not a violent guy. That should make you feel dark to bright. Yeah, I don't find it that dim in here, but the unevenness of the light, the fact I do, like, sometimes I have to move my head because something's in shadow and the light's on the other side of it. All right, later, Scotty. Where's my box of stuff? Just with brighter, lighter walls and ceiling. Exactly. That's why the lights haven't gone up yet, because I bought them a year and a half ago, and I was just going to put them up. And I was like, I just want more light. So I was just going to put them up, and then I was like, oh, don't put up fresh, new, bright-ass lights in your old dingy shop. At least paint the ceiling. Like, at least paint the ceiling white so that you get like you take full advantage of your new lights. And then I was like, well, if you're going to paint the ceiling white, then you're going to hate the walls. So don't paint the ceiling without painting the walls. And I was like, but if you're going to paint the walls, you got to take everything down off the walls. And then that's when it became like, okay, either quarter acid or whole acid. And I decided to whole acid. Totally off topic, but did you guys hear there are ETs on Earth now? No. It'll be cool when done. Exactly. It's a bunch of work to put in, but it'll be well worth it, I think. It has the hospital green look. Yeah, it does. It feels like I don't know, 1970s mental institution or something. I don't know. the light color of the walls. Yeah, nice, bright, crisp white with wooden cabinetry, like wood tone cabinetry. Well, I was just going to show off my cabinet. Can't. All of my cabinets are going to be in this style, the one that was here. And so with that, those types of cabinets on nice white walls and ceiling with fresh lights, yeah. How are you going to paint in that kind of temperature? What do you mean that kind of temperature? It's like, I don't know, it's like 14 degrees in here right now. What's that in American? Like 55 or something? Somebody translate for the Americans. What's 15 degrees? I came for a guy struggling with alcohol, not a smartass when I ask a question. What? Okay. That was weird. Is he serious? Almost every room was that. Or what? The color of your whole house was painted like seafoam green? That sucks. 14 in Michigan is cold. But 14 Fahrenheit it would be cold. Yeah, I suppose. We've got ice here in the Pacific Northwest. A few mornings, it's been a little bit like right at the edge of freezing. It's like, it's gotten down to 0-ish. So that's like 32, I think, for you guys. But just sort of first overnight kind of thing. Canadian Americans just change to Celsius for temperature, please. I know, it's everybody else. Does anybody else use Fahrenheit? I don't know. It's fine. I just have to ask somebody to look it up every time. I'm in the same boat, so I thought I would get support. That's exactly what we do here, my man. We support each other. I don't know what the miscommunication is here. Like maybe I missed something, but I think the guy asked a question about the shop and you got irked at the millionth time question. No, I was being funny. It was like, yes, I'm happy to explain it again. It was funny because it was like the fourth time that I had answered the question, it's fine. See, some people maybe take a little while to warm up to the sort of the there's a vibe to the show that's like we support in a fun, lighthearted like, yeah. Like, I think I told one of you that I was going to punch you in the throat, but it wasn't like I'm not actually threatening to punch you in the throat. Like, it's about the tone. It's not so bad based on hundreds instead of sixths of things. What are we talking? Ray Bradbury is Fahrenheit. Hey-oh! 451 somethings is a something else. Or like 12 inches in a foot and then 3 feet in a yard. And then how many yards in a mile? Like we go 10. This is 10 millimeters in a centimeter, 10 centimeters in a decameter, 10 decameters in a meter, like 10, 10, 10, 10. I just came in and asked, so I didn't know. It's all good, man. I didn't know what you were reacting to. You didn't get the tone. There was a miscommunication. Communication can only work if the communicator and the communicatee both understand what's happening. And that time it broke down. I will apologize for my part in that. It was an unsuccessful level of communication. Did we start picking Mike when I walked away? Picking on Mike? It just happens sometimes. Base 10 metric system makes more sense. You know, like, but it's also a part of like whatever you grew up with and you learned, you know. If I would have grown up, and Canadians are even weirder because we use some of both. Like, I don't know how many kilograms I am as a weight. I don't really know how many pounds I am either. But if I'm going to estimate, I'm about 220-ish pounds, maybe. I don't know. But like up to a certain weight, we do pounds. Under a certain weight, we do grams. Over the weight where we stop doing pounds, we start doing kilograms. Yeah. Who uses kilograms? I don't know if I use, yeah, not really, I guess, eh? Not really. I think maybe vehicle weight. Would be boring if everyone's systems were the same. Well, but we'd understand each other more easily. I wouldn't have to say like, oh, it's 12 degrees here. And then I go like, oh, can somebody tell the Americans what that means? It would be easier to communicate if all of the systems were consistent. Like, let's use, but we're never going to agree on which one to use. So yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't know what anything weighs in metric. Well, I know, like, you do grams at the deli, probably. When you go to the deli and you buy, like, sliced meat, you don't do that in pounds. You do it by the 100 grams. Like, I know what 200 grams of Black Forest ham is. I don't know what percentage of a pound that is. No. We need to stop standard time and just use daylight savings time. Just pick one or the other. I don't care which one it is. I do not care one sniff which one we pick. Just stop changing it. How many stone are you? Yeah, see? Makes about as much sense. US deli is sold by pounds. I know, but I'm talking to my friend Mike, who said he doesn't know how much everything's in pounds. And he lives just over there. He was in my shop earlier this week. I know that he doesn't use pounds at the deli counter. Tell your drummer to measure his drums and cymbals in metric. He already said that he doesn't know how many pounds or how many metrics things are. Typically, I ask for grams, couple 100 grams of Black Forest. Yeah, smoked turkey. See, that's what I said. You don't do that in pounds. You know, say, give me a half a pound of the sliced turkey. It's in the 100 grams. Give me 300 grams. Here in the States, water boils at 212 degrees. That's what it boils at here, too. In fact, I think that's more about an elevation than it is at a longitudinal. Latitudinal. My bad. Grams are more common in the illicit drug market. But yeah, see, I'm talking about in Canada and everywhere else in the world. In Canada, we do a lot of crossover. We do a lot of pounds. And we do, but once you get under, like, I would say for me, once I get under like a pound, it starts going in grams. So like if I'm at the deli counter, well, even if I'm getting 7 pounds, I don't know why I'd get 7 pounds of sliced meat at the deli. But if I did, I would still get it by the 100 grams. Because that's how they sell. Same with this bag of chips. This bag of chips, this bag of fart scented chips is 220 grams worth of chips. I ate like 30, maybe not even. But how do they sell bags of chips in the States? How many ounces of chips? Like that's a 220 gram bag of chips. What is that, like? How many ounces of chips? I can't even picture an ounce of chips. What is an ounce of chips? They sell chips by the bag. Yes, but they're different size bags. Is it just big, small, medium? Translate that to real measurements, please. That's a real measurement. 7.7 ounces of chips. Is that many chips? Okay. It doesn't matter. As long as you guys know what you're talking about to each other. We know what we're talking about to each other. Like I'm about 5'11". I don't know how many meters that is. That's not like some places. I think Australians probably do like in millimeters or something. Do you guys, Australians, do you do like, what's your height? Do you say like I'm 1.72 meters tall? Because we do distances and heights in different things too. Like sometimes we measure things. I've talked about this before. Sometimes we measure things in like football fields. Be like from here to the nearest grocery store is like 6 football fields away. Sometimes we do distance in hours. So like from here to Victoria is like 3 hours. Like how far is it? It's about 3 hours. That's a distance measurement. I like my wood measured in inches and my weed in pounds. Understood. Kelvin for everyone. No one uses football fields. I use football fields. Sometimes I've been known to use football fields as a distance. 2.4 wallabies wide, mate. He even wrote it in the accent too. I'm. For everyday uses, it does not matter. This is true. for engineering scientific metric is much better. Yes, it's almost like it was intentionally designed instead of yes. It's almost like they thought it through. I'm in Massachusetts. I get American standard measurements. I'm old, so I never. Yeah, it's about what you're used to. I know people that know, like, lots of people understand, and can some people can even do math in like 1 1/4 inches plus 3 3/30 seconds equals, and that just they do it. Metric is easier. Doesn't matter. Measure in whatever you want, or don't measure at all. I try not to measure. Boy, Mikey B was over filming a project for me, and I was just making the project, and he was filming. He goes, "Dude, why don't you just measure?" And I said, "Shut up, that's why." Because that's not how I do things. I make them fit. Doesn't matter whether it's 7 1/4 inches or 7 3/8 of an inch. It just needs to be that big to fit in between there. Doesn't matter what the measurement is. How many liters is that Coke? This is a 600 mil, I think. 710. So 0.71 of a liter. See how easy that was? 710 milliliters is 0.71 of a liter. I did that math just like that. Because it's not math, you're just moving the decimal down the thing. A while back, there was an article about an asteroid about to hit Earth. The size was reported to be half a giraffe. Yeah, but that's a measurement in order to get people to visualize. It's not that they measured it in giraffes. It's that they said, if we tell people it's 4.7 meters wide, they are not going to know what that means. Just tell them it's half a giraffe. See, that's something that they can get. We'll tell them it's half a giraffe. Engine displacements are also reported in cubic inches or liters. Sure. I believe you. I've never measured an engine. Some asteroids are 2 Empire State Buildings, and sometimes 4 Titanics. Yes, see, it's about getting the communication across to the receiver of the information. What do you think they're going to understand? You can use whatever denomination of thing. Like, I can tell you that my shop is 11 feet by 20 feet. But if you don't know what that is, if you don't know what 11 feet or 20 feet, like if you can't visualize that, then I could also say it's a 1-car garage, a standard 1-car garage. And then maybe you go like, oh, I know how big that is. Or I can say it's like 3.5 medium-sized horses long. Maybe 3. It's about 3 medium-sized horses long. Like, to be fair, you don't know they didn't measure it in giraffe. It's true. I don't know that they didn't look through the telescope, and in their measuring calibrations, they have things measured in giraffes. I don't know. You're right. My back went bad, so I want to warn about bad posture and too long sittings. Okay. Oh, stretch? You have a stretch. I get up. I'll get up and have another smoke. Is that better? If I stand up and go have a smoke? My measurement of instrument is how hard my wiener gets before my. Okay. Sure. Stretch. Okay. Distance is reported as time. Like a city is 20. I was talking about that. Victoria is 3 hours away. That's funny. That's funny. I use time all the time. Like from here to the grocery store is 7 minutes. Depending on which way you take, it's 7 minutes away. I don't understand. Why is that a weird? It makes sense. The distance could be measured in time. Like how long is it going to take you? It's going to take you 7 minutes. So technically, it is 7 minutes away if you leave now. Running or walking? Well, they see that's a different measurement. My liquor store is 2 minutes away via bicycle. My closest one is probably about 2 minutes away by bicycle on the way there. But on the way back, it's probably like 8 or 9 because of the hill. I think if I was on a bicycle, I could get to the nearest liquor store in more than 2 minutes, but less than 5. I couldn't get back in 5 for sure. What if there's traffic? How do you account for traffic? It's just an estimate. When you use time as a distance, it's just an estimate. I think it comes about from a time-based measurement being more useful than just distance because of traffic congestion. Yeah, or, I mean, I'm sure that way back when they would talk about days travel, like from here to here is 4 days away. So fun fact. You go to a place like, well, let's say like big farming areas that have been traditional farming areas for a long, long time. Let's say maybe like Saskatchewan and probably like some states down south. You will notice a trend. A lot of times, towns seem to be very evenly spaced apart. In Saskatchewan, they're about 14 kilometers apart in almost a grid pattern. If you look at the map of Saskatchewan, it's almost a grid pattern of towns that are about 14 kilometers apart. I imagine that's probably also true in some areas of the United States. You may also find that those towns that are 14 kilometers apart have grain elevator. And the reason that those towns are spaced that way is because that's how far farmers could get to a grain elevator and back in a day from any location. Any farm surrounding that is a day's trip or a half a day's trip there and a half a day's trip back to get their wheat to a grain elevator. True story. You draw circles around those towns, and all the farms within those circles could get there and back to their farmsteads within a day with a load of grain. I know farming. I'm in southern Midwest USA, and I work at a grain elevator. That's rad. That's cool. That's true though? Then you can vouch for me that that's not. I'm just not making that up. And now you guys can say that you came here and learned. You can't don't come here to learn, but you can come here and learn. It's very echoey in here. Every now and then I catch it, and it's pretty distracting. Wonder what the guitar would sound like. It'd probably be really crappy. Just a lot of bouncing. I learned by accident. You came here, you learned by accident about the distance to grain elevators. and yeah, and the spacing of Midwest towns and Saskatchewan. What other cool facts can I pull out for no reason? I don't even know how that came up. Oh, because we were talking about distances. This is a weird show. I don't think this show got any less weird when I stopped drinking. Like, we still just go off in weird directions of things. That's okay. I like it. I have fun. Some of you seem to have fun. 100% true. Yeah, see? I bagged hundreds of thousands of pounds of soybeans and wheat. See? I watch a lot of homesteaders from the Midwest on YouTube. If we were a lot younger, I would love to move out that way and buy a chunk of land to start a homestead. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Weird is good. I agree. As long as it's weird in the right way, it's good. There are ways to be weird that I do not like. But for the idiots in there like me, what does a grain elevator do? I'm going to leave that to the expert, because I won't be as good as explaining it as the guy who works in a grain elevator. I do know what it does, but I'm not going to explain it as well as he did. Cool fact about distances. Hey, all right. I like cool facts. Since the sun moves in space and takes Earth along for the ride, anyone old enough to read this was born in what is now interstellar space. It's true. I got you. I got you. I got here late. Did you try the chips? Yes, I did. Thank you very much for the chips. They did not score well. It was a thing that I put in my mouth. I'll clip it out. And I'll put it up as its own. I'm planning on clipping out all of the Mike's Never Had This Food Before's segments and making them their own videos that I release. So you'll see that one. That'll be a doozy. I work at a grain elevator. What do you want to know? She just wants to know what, or I don't remember who asked. They just said, what does a grain elevator do? And Mike gave funny look. Here's the summary. Mike gave funny looks and disappointed stares. He did not like the chips. I did compare the smell of the chips to a stale fart that you come back to and it's still in your car. And there's an aftertaste of old hockey bag. But the flavor is intriguing enough that you have to eat a few of them to make sure that it's gross. So it's, yeah. Like you think it's gross, but you have to keep checking to make sure. And then eventually it solidifies in your mind. It's oddly specific. Now I'm imagining people licking hockey bags and determining your vintage. Yep. That's how else would you determine how old a hockey bag is? That's, how do you do it? In Mike's case, it's badminton bags. No, I played a lot more hockey than I played badminton, my friend. I was a high-level badminton player, but I was a high-level hockey player as well. I played elite-level hockey. If I'm not mistaken, the grain needs to be moved around to keep the grain from spontaneously combusting. It's oversimplifying. Yeah, there is an aspect of that involved. I guess the chips use oleoresin type of fat. I don't know. It's just not good. Like, start by looking for a tag. Experts do by licking. Yeah, I mean, you're asking Canadian about how to determine the vintage of a hockey bag. I'm telling you. The way you're describing them makes me think that there might have been some cumin in those chips. And sage. It tastes like, yeah, it's not. You can have them, and I'll keep them. You can have these ones. I'll bring them down to the shop tomorrow. You can have them. You let me know. What's up with curling anyway? Curling's hard, my friend. Curling, it's like golf. Like, the people who are good at curling make it look boring and easy, and not. Same with golf. It's like, it's hard. And the people who are good at it make it look easy and boring. I 100% don't want them. Too bad. But they're limited edition, Nadia. They won't be around forever. Act now. They're so interesting. You should absolutely put some in your face hole. Just to make sure you know how interesting they are. Yep. But they're yelling at a stone sliding across ice. Not boring at all. No, they're yelling at each other. I also had one of these. I also did a Mike's Never Had This Food Before about the Starbucks double shot energy espresso. Because I didn't have enough coffee today. This is better than those chips. But it's not. I would, no, don't do that. Pretty sure that I lost some time on this planet because of that. Tim likes the Starbucks double shot. You can have it. It's whew. I mean, it's okay. It was all right. If that's what you're after, it was okay. It's not what I'm after. Watch Mike eat another chip out of boredom. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. It's probably not a thing that's going to happen. They're sitting there staring at me. Usually when a snack food is just sitting there staring at me, like I'll go and get one, but not that one. Do you ever try a thing that you like on the show? I've had lots of things that scored fairly high, actually. The peanut butter pretzel bites were like a 9. Like I eat those things by the jug full. I've sent you pictures of my shopping cart with like 3 of those in it. That was a show. Mike's Never Had This Food Before. There was the pure protein bars. They were pretty okay. They were not bad. The Kirkland chips, the pink salt Kirkland chip, that was a good one. The Aliccia confections, the Aliccia confectionery chocolate bar was good. The chili infused Lindt chocolate bar was pretty good. The Brookside pomegranate jelly filled dark chocolate was pretty good. Yeah, there have been, I think more things have been above 5 than below 5, actually, in terms of scores. Have you tried the Mr. Beast chocolate? No. I didn't know that was a thing. Chili infused Lindt chocolate. Actually, I think I might still have a chunk of that. Oh, it's soggy. It's got to get thrown out. The shop fridge got unplugged during the thing, and now it's all wet in there. So there's a soggy chunk of chili infused Lindt chocolate in there. They've actually got a pile of those Mr. Beast. He's on sale at Superstore. Can you try the chips again so I can see your face? I don't want to. It's like, You've seen that face before, probably, at work. It's like the face. Okay, picture the fourth time in half an hour that I have answered the phone and somebody has asked whether their pottery's ready. Like, that's the face. Supposedly it's simple, no artificial flavoring and stuff. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Mr. Beast chocolate. I love Lindt's chocolates. You're right, they make a pretty good chocolate. The guys at Lindt. I especially like the Lindt. Now I'm like accentuating it so it doesn't sound like I'm saying lint, like from your belly button. The chocolate balls. Family show. The salted caramel chocolate Lindt balls. They're good. I think they're the orange wrapped Lindt balls. Lindt. I've been eating dark chocolate lately and it makes me really tired after. Well, then yeah, have it before bed. That'd be cool. I would love to have a chocolate that made me sleepy. Don't think you've had those. Try the salted caramel Lindt balls. Yeah, they're good. Christmas time, I buy a bag and bags and bags and bags of them. You don't get enough in a bag for how much you pay, but they're really good. You should try the world's hottest chip. I have one on the way. My boy Paul Waldrop, who was here earlier, I don't know if he's still here. I think he might have left. He sends me boxes of things sometimes. I went to go reach for them. Oh, my shop makes me sad. I went to go reach for the little planes. The little mini planes that live down here. I was going to show you. Paul sends me things. And in one of the boxes of stuff that he's going to send me, he said he's got one of those, like, the one chip challenge or whatever. And he's going to send me one to try on the Mike's Never Had This Food Before. What was your favorite candy from childhood? It was probably the Macintosh toffee. Macintosh? I think Macintosh. We had this talk about Macintosh toffee not that long ago on the show. Probably one of my favorite childhood, like, store-bought treats. Just a bar of, like, hard caramel. But that was up there for sure. Oh, Henry peanut butter? But that didn't exist when you were a kid. He's talking about childhood. The O. Henry peanut butter is new, Nadia. You're not, like, 12. Carmelo's Media Hora. Hard caramel with anise flavor. Oh, no anise. No. You're not still a kid. Boo. My husband told me that people with ADHD get tired after consuming caffeine. Oh, that's weird. Oh, Henry peanut butters are like 25 years old now? Shut up. Really? Really? Like, are you just lying? Werther's Originals. Yeah, okay, that was pretty good. That's just that. Those are just always just pretty good. But the Macintosh toffee, I also liked when I was a kid. The crunchy bar, the one that's like it's like a block of foam, like it's like a block of hard foam in the middle that's been dipped in chocolate. I don't remember if that's what it was called. It's like a yellow, like toffee flavored, airy foam that was hard, that was dipped in chocolate. I remember liking that as a kid. Have you tried butterscotch candy? I have, yes. Oh, Nadia's here. How do you know when it's time to replace an artist brush? I mean, there are numerous ways, but I'll let her answer. It depends on the brush, but yeah. O. Henry came out in 1920. We're talking about the peanut butter O. Henry. That's what she said. She was like, peanut butter O. Henry was her favorite when she was a kid. And I was like, can't have been, because it didn't exist when you were a kid. Nadia, answer Todd's question. How do you know when it's time to replace a brush? My answer would be when it stops doing what you want it to do. But it's like, when do you replace the pad of, like, the piece of sandpaper that's on your sander? When it stops doing what you want it to do. Get a new one. When it's no longer useful. See, same kind of answer. Yeah. I love Necco wafers. I don't know what those are. We might have those and call them something else in Canada, though. I unironically like Necco wafers. I don't know what a Necco wafer is, but maybe I know what it is and I just don't know that's what it's called. Wife was asking, she uses acrylic paints. If she, you know what, if she thinks that it's time to replace the brush, it's time to replace the brush, my friend. That's same with, like I said, with sandpaper or with a plane blade. If you're wondering if it's time to sharpen the plane blade, the answer is yes. If you're wondering if it's time to replace the sandpaper on your sander, yes. If the brushes aren't giving her the strokes that she wants, then it's time. If it's not doing what you want it to do. We're saying the same thing. Why does she get thanks? We're saying the same answer. It's true. She's the expert. Okay, that's fine. You didn't know about why towns are the distance apart that they are in farming areas of North America. I'm the one that knew that. Not giving her the strokes she wants should be the title of the episode. I think Todd isn't giving his wife the strokes she wants. I'm not giving Todd's wife the strokes she wants. Might not be, the brushes might not be the only things that Todd's wife is going to replace. that didn't. It was gonna be okay. There was promise to that one. It just didn't. It didn't come to fulfillment. There was something there. There was. Necco wafers are a sort of pastel colored chalky candy. Pastel flavored chalky candy? They're not super sweet or flavorful. Is that like what Americans call Smarties? Isn't that what your guys' Smarties are? They're like this chalky pastel colored wafer, like discs. Demonetized. Neckos are flavored chalk shaped like communion wafers. Yeah. Like the size of a quarter. And they're chalky pastel things that are. No, okay, I officially don't know what those are. Smarties are Canadian rockets. I know, our Smarties are better than theirs. Because ours have chocolate in them. Those sound bad. Necco wafers. I don't. Somebody send me some. I'll try them on the show. I do want people to send me some things to try. That would be cool. He's like, friend of the show, Todd Ladsness, sent me this and he says it's awesome. And then I try it and it's just horrid. It's a Necco wafer. I don't know what it is. They're closer to Tums than candy. That's what it sounds like. I'll send you Neckos when I return the plane. Okay, cool. If it doesn't cost a fortune. Well, I'm paying you for return shipping with a pen. So hopefully it's not too much. It might take like 6 months to actually get there and back now that there's like a Canada Post situation. But I expect, honestly, if I was to guess, I would expect that it would probably be about $40 each direction. But we'll find out. Like I said in the email, like even if it's under $100, like it's still gonna be worth it for me to send it to you and refurbish it and have you send it back, because I probably paid $20 for it, and so that would be $120 for a fully functioning, properly set up 5.5. If it costs me that much, I'll send you another pen. You can have 2 pens if it's going to cost that much. Personal question for Mike. How long you been growing that beard you got going on there? Okay. I shaved, the last time I shaved down to bare skin was October 31st, 2017. I believe it was 2017. I know it was October 31st because I shaved for a Halloween costume. Peter Mansbridge stunt double. That's right. I was Peter Mansbridge for Halloween that year, so I needed to shave. I shaved all of this, and I shaved all of this. So I just had the sides and the back. And then I did it gray. I would almost be able to just do that now, but and then I put on a suit and I was Peter Mansbridge. So 7-year beard. Yeah, I think that's probably true. It's been about here for the last couple of years though. It doesn't really grow anymore now. because I'm not good at like snipping off the split ends and stuff so that it can keep growing. It just kind of like, it stopped here probably 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I don't know. Should show everyone that costume. Go get your computer. I'm not dragging my whole computer out here. It's on my Facebook page. I shared it the last time it came up on the show. I put it on my Facebook page. I was like, for those of you that were asking, here's the Peter Mansbridge. That is a pretty nice looking beard. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sup, Mike? How are you doing tonight? I'm okay. I'm okay. I swear to God, if you ask me where all the tools are, I am going to just flip a lid. I'm kidding. It would be like the 7th time that somebody's been like, so what's going on with the tools? We haven't done a show and tell in a while. It's true. When the shop reno is done, we'll bring the computer out and do a show and tell. People can send me stuff and I'll show them what they're working on and we'll look up random songs and I'll try to play them and it'll be fun. So where are the tools? I'm gonna burn your house down. I know your address, Chris. That is the appropriate response. I've been keeping up. Okay, good. Yeah. Reno, hopefully next week I can at least get started painting. This coming week, I'm hoping to get started painting. It'll be awesome when it's done. It's not awesome now. I kind of hate it a lot. It's echoey and it sucks in here. I don't like it even a little bit. Feels like a garage and sucks. Cringe. What, the song? Yeah, it wasn't a good song. Okay, it was the first draft of the song. You should mount a monitor behind you in the new shop. I think you'll be through it and bring gear back before you know it. I hope so. I hope that by the end of November, the shop is fully functional again. Get the drill, let's play a game. Which 4 random shelf brackets do you take down? I could take down some random shelf brackets. Kind of comfortable though, honestly. The TLDR version, everything got stolen. Yeah, somebody broke in, stole all my stuff, and I'm pretty upset about it. The title of the stream made it seem like they all got stolen or something. It's funny because, yeah, it's a running joke here that I make fun of YouTube and YouTubers, of which I am one, admittedly, but I think it's hilarious to make fun of the game of YouTube and the whole like clickbaity, like, oh my God, like, and the exclamation points and the like, you'll never believe what happens next and all that stuff. All the stuff that you have to do to get more people to watch your videos and stuff. And I think it's hilarious. So sometimes I do things that make me laugh and I'm okay with that. I think life's too short to not just make yourself laugh once in a while about stupid shit like that. Next week, I'll try to remember to do like kind of a thumbnail for something. Oh no! Shocked for some reason about something. Big red arrow. Forbidden Detour. Hey, congrats on sobriety. Freedom is getting it more and more out of your thoughts. Hopefully eventually people stop, or people. Hopefully eventually it stops coming to mind. I stop like, I'm hoping that someday I have to stop, or I get to stop actively keeping myself from drinking. Like, I would like to put less mental energy towards the act of not drinking. The people who know you will find it funny. I hope so. I hope that people click on this like after and then get mad. Like, this is garbage. Like, that'll make me laugh too. Like the guy who commented on one of my live streams that he watched after, and it was like I was doing something. Oh, I was cutting the lids off boxes on the live stream. And he commented like a week later on the video. Is like, this was way too long. I had to fast forward through a lot of parts. Like, but the show was like, I was cutting the lids off boxes during my live show. It wasn't like the live show is hanging out with my friends on the internet, and I was also cutting lids off boxes. Like, it wasn't, I don't know. It was funny to me because he said something about like, this was way too longer than it should have been. I had to fast forward a lot to get. I was like, okay, thanks. You could ask the crow's nest to stop by and paint pictures on one wall. Well, the crow's nest isn't a person. Nadia, do you want to do a mural that's going to get covered up by cabinets? I'm going to guess that she's got enough going on that she doesn't want to come and paint a mural for free on the wall of my shop that's going to get covered by cabinets and or stacks of wood. How dare your live stream be like a live stream? I know, and I even put like all caps live colon at the front of every title. Like even this one with the clickbaity title says like live. Where have all my tools gone, or whatever I called it. But like, sure don't. Yeah. See, I didn't figure you probably did. Well dried shoot. Well dried shoot. Oh, like welding, like metal together, riding something and then shooting something else. Weld, ride, shoot. I'm lost, Mike. I have no idea what happened. We're all a little bit lost, my friend. And none of us, I don't think, really know what happened. I was thinking more like a bunch of small tattoos on the wall. Well, I mean, there are gonna be some little pops of color. Like, there will be some art type bits here and there. I do want to have it be, it will be a space that suits me. So there will be some, like if you remember before I had like little pops of little abstracty things and stuff around, there will be some of that. Don't know what to do with this 12-foot tree stump that we have in the yard. Is that 12 foot or 12 inch? Thought maybe carving it into a totem. Okay, 12 feet then probably. 12-foot tree stump. What kind of tree is it? 12 feet. Lop it off. You got a log. You can mill it up into boards and make it an anything. Oh man, you should do a giant Northern Lights painting on one wall, and then who cares if some of it gets covered up by cupboards? It'll still look amazing. I don't hate it. I don't hate it as an idea. I kind of want to just get the reno done though, and that feels like it would add time to what I'm trying to accomplish. Todd's idea is better. What's Todd's idea? Let me go back. Make it more like a bunch of small tattoos on the wall. Maybe I like my idea. My idea is to get the damn shop back functional and then worry about prettying with the art and stuff later. Fir tree, 12-foot fir stump. I would take it down before it rots so that I could do something with it before it rots. I don't think I would do anything with it standing. Take it down. If you don't want to mill it, I mean, a fir tree probably isn't worth having milled. I mean, unless it's a tree, like, does its tree mean something to you? Is it the tree that you swung in and under when you were a child? Or something? Like, if the tree has meaning, make it into a shop, or make it into a, don't make it into a shop. Mill it up and make it into a hope chest or something, then you can say that that came from the tree that meant something, or but I don't know that the dead trunk of a fir tree is really worth doing much with. But I also kind of have a lot of fir access, and I don't care about it because it sucks and it's garbage. You felled about 1,500 foot firs on your property. Sell them to a paper company. Get somebody to put it in a chipper and sell it to the people who maintain the sides of the highway to put down as mulch or something. How much power is available in the shop? In this shop? I don't know. I'm not good about power numbers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 circuits. I have 7 individual circuits. I have of whatever, 120. I don't have any 240 circuits. I have 7 separate 120 circuits on 15 amp breakers. I don't know a lot about electricity. Giant sundial. There you go. You've already made yourself a sundial. Just see you around, Mike. Have a good rest of your night. You too, Tank Pit. That's hard. Tank Pit. Oh, we're going up on 3 hours. See, this show I have fun, and I don't even notice sometimes that we all of a sudden we're pushing 3 hours. Speaking of comments after the fact, one from last week, somebody said like, wow, 2.5 hours? Guessing you weren't sober or something like that. I was like, well, then I guess you didn't watch the show. And 2.5 hours is kind of pretty standard. Like, not very many shows go less than that, because we just go for as long as people are talking. 3 hours, you could have painted half the shop. Well, no, I couldn't have, because I need to get all of those things off the wall, and then I need to wash, well, at least dust the walls so that the paint doesn't have a bunch of dust under it and start peeling off or whatever. Also, shut up. should keep a fire extinguisher handy. I have 3 fire extinguishers relatively handy. There's one. There's one. And there's one. There's 2 within like half a horse. If I outstretch my hand, I'm about half a horse from a fire extinguisher. Since we're using measurements that, what if it's a mini horse? Well, that's a different animal. How many football fields? It's approximately it's much less than a football field. It's about 1 Jalen Hurts tush push away. If that means anything to you. It's actually less than that. It's approximately, it's a Muggsy Bogues vertical away from me. I can do different sports. About 3 seagulls. The wingspans of seagulls, yes. Maybe only 2. Seagulls can get pretty good wingspans. I would say 2 seagull wingspans away. A stone's throw away? Oh, it's much less than that. Much less than a stone's throw. I can throw a stone a long ways. Remember how we talked one time about how I could throw a football over Mike B's house all the way to the street? And then we didn't prove that because he got scared that he was going to lose the bet. That's how that went. A football, yes, but not a stone. A very small stone. Like a stone that's so small that it floats. Oh, that might even, that's a deep dig, that one you have to go around a corner to get that one. I got better. Could you sweep a curling stone that far? If I was on pebbled ice, I could, yes. I'm going to call you Jared Goff, the Detroit Lions quarterback. You didn't need to clarify who Jared Goff was. The house hasn't moved. Come throw your silly ball into the driveway. Hey, we got to go back and find out what the bet was. Because you got scared you were going to lose. You kept trying to change the rules. She's a witch. See? Somebody would get it. Oh, of course it was Tim who got it. I forgot for a second. How many rock skips? I can skip a rock a lot of times. It's less than 1 rock skip. Come on. Are we still talking about how far the fire extinguisher is? I used to throw stones all into the pond all the time when I was a kid. I could throw them pretty far, farther than a lot of the boys in the neighborhood. I used to tick them off. Yeah, I bet. That's awesome. Don't usually fail in my Python lore. Like I said, I forgot. Where's your stuff? Wedges says. It's all gone. It's all gone. All got stolen. That's right. I think I'm taking it pretty well, I think. No, it didn't get wedges. It's just a joke about it's a joke. I was doing the funny clickbaity like make fun of YouTubers title for the episode. All my stuff got moved. It's moved down to my parents' garage for the time being so that I can renovate my shop and move it all back in a nice, fresh, clean space with new paint and fresh lights and dust collection piped in. And it's a positive thing, my friend. I'm doing to my shop what I've wanted to do to my shop for a couple of years finally. So it's good. It's a good thing. I just sometimes I like to make fun of YouTube as a general thing. So I do these sort of like make fun of YouTube titles and thumbnails because it makes me laugh. I apologize that you got taken by my joke. Thank you for coming. I hope you come back. Tommy No Thumbs took his stuff because of a debt. It was a gambling debt. Unfortunately, I bet on the Arizona Cardinals last year to win the Super Bowl. And I bet a lot, and I couldn't pay it. No. No. My Cardinals are doing better than they were, and than I expected them to this year. Hey, Wedges is paying me for getting them with a joke. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate that. You gave me 5 New Zealand dollars. What? I don't know what a New Zealand dollar is worth, but thank you anyway. I think it's probably about the same as here. I made money for getting him with the joke. He got all upset on my behalf, and then I think he just was more happy that my stuff didn't get stolen. 11:44 a.m. local time. Sleep tight. Leave the stream open to help with. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, go to sleep. Leave the stream open and make sure that it like goes to the next video in line, and hope that that's another one of these. And you can listen to my dulcet tones speak to you all night while you're sleeping. That's a good sport, right? $4.13 Canadian. I appreciate every penny that you guys help me out. Speaking of helping me out, obligatory reference for patreon.com/woodenthings and stuff is where you can go and chip in on a monthly sort of subscription basis thing. If you want to financially support what I do here, you get some exclusive things over there, updates. They're getting periodic updates on the shop progress. And sometimes they get poetry, sometimes they get, we do draws for things over there that they only get access to. Sometimes they get music. Canuck, what happened to your stuff? It all got stolen, and I'm trying to stay in good spirits about it. No, it's shop Reno time. It's almost 2 years in the waiting to do the shop Reno that is finally taking place. I had to move everything out to get the walls painted. I'm gonna paint the walls and put in new lights and do piping the shop dust collection and then moving everything back in. So all right, later, Mikey Beat. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell and make sure you, I don't know, all the things that I gotta say on YouTube. Thooks is out as well. All right, people dropping off. They're like, this is too long. This was way too long. I had to fast forward so many times. Look at my tip comment. Scrolling. Oh, there it is. Hey, look at that. You just got a tip from yesterday's party because it went longer. She sent me $20. Well, that's nice of her. That's cool. I like that. Thanks very much, Megan, I think, who is not watching the show. I almost guarantee. But yeah, no, that's nice of her. Did she say that they had fun, or did she say, like, we're never coming back? That guy sucks. Here's $20. She said they had the best time. It's good. Yeah, I'm pretty fun. Oh, I guess we can start thinking. There's still lots of people here hanging out. Tim's leaving, but we'll hang out for as long as people want. I did get back to like almost full charge before the show started, so I got 40% left. We can go for a little bit. Tim's out. I'll hopefully that box, I don't know, maybe by the end of this week, but I don't know what's going on with Canada Post and all that stuff, so who knows when it's going to be showing up at your doorstep. I'll tell you when it's in the mail. Thankfully, this is publicly recorded so the CRA can watch this and make sure it's on his taxes, as they definitely will. I'm sure that somebody at the CRA is watching this and documenting the 413 that I made from New Zealand and the $20 that Nadia got from Megan as a tip. I'm sure that they have already noted those things. So I just email you. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll send you a tracking number and I'll pay the extra money to make sure that it's tracked. I might. Do you want me to make you sign for it? Because that's an extra charge too, I think. Night, friend. You're awesome. Thanks. You're pretty okay too. Thanks for the turkey dinner chips. They were a thing that I put in my mouth. Canada Post is on strike, so you have to use UPS. I am absolutely not using UPS. If it has to go by UPS, it'll wait. I'm not going to send it. Tim, I'm not going to send it if it has to go UPS because I am not using them. I guess maybe I just have to wait because you're right. FedEx probably isn't going to be good. Purolator. I've had okay luck with Purolator. Might just wait until the Canada Post strike is over, because they'll probably get legislated back to work in like a week. We'll see. I think maybe it's time to wrap up the show. Feels like talking is dwindling. You got 50 thumbs. That's a lot of thumbs. Thanks, everybody. 3 hours and 6 minutes is lots. I think we'll call it for tonight. Tomorrow, I am... Purolator is Canada Post. Not on strike, but they wouldn't deliver to the USA. Maybe just wait. Maybe just wait. Obviously, I'm in no hurry to have my number 5.5 be functional, since I have never used it. I'm probably not going to miss having it for a little bit. So we'll just maybe play it by ear. Tomorrow, the brackets, all the wood brackets are coming down. Cork board gone. Table saw sled and little bits and drabs. All the cleats can come off the walls. That last wall cabinet. And then I'm ready to move everything to the middle and get painting. Hopefully on Monday I'll be up on a ladder just doing the creases. I'm going to do about 3 inches out with the brush, just in all the corners and creases and stuff, so that I can just get rolling with the rolly. I got one of the like extendy rollies, so I can, like the majority of your planes, burn your house down. You should film it. Oh, I've been filming it. There's going to be at least 3, maybe 4 videos in the shop renovation series. There'll be the overall renovation video. There'll be a separate one on painting. There'll be a separate one on lights. There'll be a separate one on dust collection. Probably is how it's going to go. Unfortunately, he will. Yes, unfortunately, I will. And advance footage of all of these things he gets access to over at patreon.com/woodenthings and stuff. He gets to watch bonus things about the shop reno. And he's super excited. This video will literally be watching paint dry. Yeah, but I'll speed it up 200%. Can't wait to see dust collection. It's not an extensive system. Don't get your hopes up for how extensive the dust collection system is. It's one trunk of 4-inch PVC with 4 or 5 branches coming off of it with blast gates. It's not a complicated rigging type situation, but it'll be a lot better than it is now, because right now it's over there just collecting dust as opposed to dust collecting. Let's wrap this one up at this point. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next time. 1 week from today. Do I have anything going on next Saturday? What is next Saturday? The 20... It's the 16 today. I think I'm good for next Saturday. The painting video will be an extensive interior house painting tutorial. Yes, it will. It will absolutely be. This is how you paint a room. Bracket, the definitive way. Or no, how can we do it? How can we clickbait it? You're painting your house wrong. Yeah, and then it's me with a roller going, and it's like, you've been painting your house all wrong. What's a good something like that? The experts are wrong or something like that. Something is a ripoff. Something is a ripoff. House painters are a ripoff. Or don't get scammed by house painters. I don't know. I'll figure it out. The complete 2024 guide. I think something like you've been painting wrong, and then I don't know. And then it's literally just 7 minutes. No, way longer than that. And it's just silence, and it's just me rolling on paint from different angles, just different cuts of me just rolling on paint. No talking, no music. I painted my shop and can't believe this happened. I messed up painting my shop. Shop painting fail. I don't know. And then it'll just be me painting with the roller. And then sitting down and like having a snack and then painting some more. Yeah. Oh, I should totally do that. Okay, I'll think about that, but maybe there'll be a couple of videos. Maybe a couple of different videos on painting. One of them is like a trolling the YouTube algorithm, and the other one is like an actual video. Maybe I might do two, just for fun, because I think that would be fun. Shop painting fail, cops called. Yes. Shop painting fail, cops called. I like that. Anyway, bye for now, everybody. We'll see you next Saturday, and hopefully there'll be some more done. If there isn't, at that point, if there isn't more done on the shop reno by next Saturday, at that point, I'm going to be well behind. Right now, I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. If things haven't progressed by next Saturday, I'm well behind. So, bye for now. I did film the pre-renovation shop tour. So, I mean, I could put that out, edit it together and put it out relatively quickly. That might go out by next Saturday. We'll see if I ever get sick, if I'm out here and I just get sick of doing the reno, I might go in and just edit that real quick and put it out. I don't know. We'll see. Bye. I'm still talking. I don't know why.